In every corner of the world, a story waits to be told. Tales of wonder, mystery, and adventure. Welcome to Tales in the Shadows, where every word brings a new world to life. From ancient myths to modern legends, this is your haven for stories that captivate, inspire, and ignite the imagination. Now let the journey begin. It started out like any other day. I was sitting in my living room, browsing through my phone, trying to avoid the responsibilities of life. The house was quiet, too quiet, but that wasn't unusual. I live alone. It's just me, the walls, and the echoes of a past I'd rather forget. But then I heard it. At first, it was subtle, a soft creaking sound, as if the house itself were stretching, groaning under some invisible weight. I ignored it, figuring it was just the house settling. After all, it was an old place, built in the early 1900s. The floorboards creaked and the pipes moaned, nothing to worry about. But the creaking didn't stop. It grew louder, more deliberate, almost as if it were moving closer to me. I frowned and stood up, walking around the house, trying to pinpoint the source of the noise. It seemed to be coming from the walls, as if something or someone was trapped inside. Just your imagination, I muttered to myself, but my feet stopped in the hallway, and I froze. There it was again, a faint scratching sound, like nails dragging against the wood. It wasn't random. It was rhythmic, almost purposeful. I reached for my phone to call someone, but then I froze again. My phone wasn't on the table. I'd left it charging in the kitchen, which was just across from the hallway. I was about to turn and head back to get it when I heard something even stranger, a whisper.
Help me.
It was so soft, I almost thought I imagined it, but the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. There was no way I could have misheard that. I swallowed hard, walking slowly toward the kitchen. With every step, the whispers grew louder, more distinct.
Please help me.
I didn't know who it was. I didn't know what it was, but my heart began to race, and my legs felt like jelly. When I reached the kitchen, I grabbed my phone and dialed the first person I could think of, my friend Derek. He didn't answer, not surprising. He was always busy. But then something strange happened. The phone slipped from my hand, crashing to the floor with a sickening thud. I bent down to pick it up, and that's when I noticed something. There was a long, deep scratch on the wooden floor, like something had clawed its way across the surface, leaving behind an unsettling trail. My breath caught in my throat. The whispers were louder now. They were coming from behind the walls, from all around me.
Help me.
They begged.
Please help me before it's too late.
I was paralyzed. My body refused to move as my mind screamed for me to run. But I couldn't, not until I knew what was going on. I had to figure this out. I turned, my eyes scanning the room, and that's when I saw it. The wall across from me, there was something wrong with it. It looked different, almost like it was breathing. No, that didn't make sense. The wall was solid, of course, but as I stared at it, I swore I saw it shift, as if something large was moving behind it, pressing against the drywall. I took a step back, my hands trembling. The whispers were growing frantic now, rising in pitch and desperation. And then I saw it. A single finger, pale and twisted, slipped out from a crack in the wall. It was long and bony, and it was beckoning me.
Come closer.
It whispered. I couldn't move. My heart hammered in my chest, and I felt sick to my stomach. My mind screamed for me to leave, to get out of that house as fast as I could. But my body, it refused. I stood frozen, watching as more fingers began to emerge from the crack. Pale, twisted hands, all reaching for me. I finally found my voice. No. What do you want from me? The whispering grew louder. It was no longer a single voice. It was a chorus of voices, all echoing in my mind, all pleading, all demanding.
You heard us. You listened to us. Now you will help us.
The crack in the wall widened, and what emerged from it wasn't human. It was a thing, slithering, dark, and impossibly large. its limbs writhing like serpents, its face covered in shadows. I couldn't see its features clearly, but I could feel its presence, cold, malicious, suffocating. I took a step back, my mind racing for any possible escape. But I knew there was no escaping it now. It was already here, in my house, in my life. The thing reached out, its cold fingers grazing my skin. I could feel the darkness inside it, the void that seemed to pull at my soul. And then it whispered again, this time directly in my ear.
Help us, or we will help you.
I didn't know what that meant, but I didn't need to. I turned and ran, my legs carrying me with an unnatural speed, the whispers still chasing me. I didn't stop until I was outside, gasping for air. The cold night air felt like a slap in the face, grounding me in reality. But even then, I could still hear the whispers, echoing in the distance, calling to me from inside my home. And now, every time I try to sleep, every time I sit in silence, I hear them. The whispers, the fingers, the thing in the walls. And it's waiting for me to come back, but I won't, I can't, because I know that no matter how far I run, it's already in my head, it's already in my soul, it's never leaving, and I'm never safe. Thank you for journeying with us through Stories Untold. We hope these tales have sparked your imagination and ignited your sense of wonder. Until next time, when another world calls, remember, every story is just a shadow waiting to be revealed.